Christians. My sister here quotes Hebrews 10:26, and she says, if we go on sinning, there is no more sacrifice for sin. That's the quote. And then she says, this is for all believers. That's where she's wrong. Here's what we're talking about. She's right. What the verse says is what it says. But it says here, if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there is no more sacrifice for sins. This is not talking about Christians. This is talking about people who have received a knowledge of the truth, but did not embrace that truth. This is talking about the apostate souls of people who have heard the gospel and did not continue therein. They did not embrace the truth. They did not submit to Christ. This is not talking about believers as she supposes, because a believer can never go on sinning after they came to faith. Now, they sin actively in this world. We're not talking about not sinning. We're talking about not sinning in a place where condemnation ends up being the result. True Christians live by faith. And that is what this book is about. Living by faith, and faith in Jesus Christ, who was in our stead just for the unjust. She doesn't understand this. And if she did, and if she continued to read in chapter 10 of Hebrews, she would read the last verse where the writer says, and I quote, but we are not of those who draw back to perdition, but of those who believe to the saving of the souls. That is the Christian. This is the person who pretends because he or she has a knowledge of the truth, yet they did not consume that truth. They do not believe that truth. They have not submitted to Christ. So while she is right in quoting the verse, she's applying it to the wrong place as usual. Because it tells us, once again, in verse 39, but we are not of those, meaning believers, we are not of those who go on sinning where there is no more sacrifice for sin. Christians are not of that group. They are those who believe to the saving of the soul. Hebrews 10, verse 39. Be provoked, be persuaded.